All right, this is part three. This is part three. From Sarah. The Spanish chick who I grinded with, I believe she joined the U.S. Army. I don't know if that's 100% true, but I think she joined. I remember I looked at her Facebook pictures. She posted something like, "Yeah, I got in the army or something like that." I think she joined the army, the U.S. Army. She's in the army. Army, you make not bad money, but she joined the army. She's in the U.S. Army. Yeah, and I believe my so-called best friend who dated Amalogic, I believe he also wants to join the army too. He applied to join the army too. He wants to join the army too. I heard. He's working construction now, I believe. I think he wants to join the army. I heard. Some Sarah. Some Sarah. The one guy who was also my so-called best friend, the skater guy who had the rich father, obviously. I don't know what he's doing, but I know he went to Algonquin College. He took a course. I think he's doing sales or something like that. If I last remember, he's doing sales. He has a sales job. I don't know how successful he is, but he's doing sales. He's doing sales, obviously. He works for like a sales company or something like that. He went to Algonquin and now he does sales. I think when I checked his Facebook stats, he's doing sales. Obviously, some Sarah. He's doing sales. I haven't anyone else pretty successful. All the other guys, I don't know. I don't know what the other guys are doing, but I only know I only know a few stories about the Darcy people. The one guy who was in my older stepbrother's graduating class in 2007, he became a multimillionaire. He started his own business in Toronto. And he sold it for millions. I'm not kidding around. There's one guy, Darcy, who became a multimillionaire. He sold his business for millions, and now he's a multimillionaire. He had a computer business, and he sold it for millions, which means he met a gatekeeper, and he had to do it to make that money. Obviously, I told you in this world nothing's free. He met a gatekeeper, obviously, and he did it to make his money, his millions, obviously. And now he's a multimillionaire. He's rich, obviously. So the only people who are going to be really, really successful who went to Darkseid are going to be me and my stepbrothers. My stepbrothers have their billionaire will, their multi-billionaire will. They're going to be successful. They're rich. They're loaded people. They have their multi-billionaire will. And I'm going to be a billionaire too because I'm a son of God. Don't hate me. You know what I'm saying? I have the keys, which is my will, obviously. And so I'll make my billions too off my book. Some Sarah. Why, if you know what the other people are doing, I don't know what the other people are doing. The chick who the chick who what? The chick who was the cousin, who was a cousin of that good looking guy's first girlfriend in grade 10. Um, she did business in Montreal. She married this rich guy. That's all I know. All I know is that she married a rich guy who's from Montreal. He's the guy's rich. She married him. But I don't know what she's doing. But I think she does. He has like a business. Like she does business. I mean, I don't know. But she married this rich white guy who's from Montreal. That chick. And the other ones, I don't know what they're doing. Oh no no, the one chick who I had a crush on, a small tiny little crush on, who was like good friends with a blonde chick, who had a fling with that Arab guy in what in grade 9. She's a nurse. She became a nurse. Yeah, she went to I think Algonquin College, I think. And then she took the nursing course, and now she's a nurse. And nurses make a lot of money. If you work overtime, you can make like your 80, your 70, your $90,000. So she's probably doing pretty good for herself. She's probably making maybe 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, even 100K a year if she's working overtime shifts. She's a nurse, that chick. I don't know if she's married. I don't know if she has kids. I never really looked at her pictures, obviously, but I think she's dating a guy. I think I looked at her picture one time. This is a long time ago. I think she's dating this guy. Um, but she's a nurse now, and she lost weight now too. Remember, I saw a picture of her. She looked very skinny. She was a bigger chick. She lost weight, and the blonde chick that I like, she lost weight too. She used to be a thicker woman, and she lost weight. Obviously, she looks hotter now that she lost weight. And that one chick you can argue is the hottest chick at Darcy, obviously, who dated that good-looking guy. It was his third girlfriend. She lives in Europe with her sister. I don't know what she's doing, but she lives in Europe with her sister. She moved to Europe like right after grade 11. I remember she told everyone, "Yeah, I'm moving to Europe," and now she lives in Europe. She's dating this guy in Europe, but I don't know what she's doing. I only like looked at her picture maybe once or twice or something like that. I remember she told everyone in school, "Yeah, I'm going to Europe." Like after grade 11, she went to Europe with her sister to live in Europe with her sister. Her family moved to Europe, and now she went to school there. And she even got hotter too. I saw pictures of her like a couple years ago. She got even hotter. She looks more mature now. She's hotter, obviously. She's dating this attractive guy. She lives in Europe. I haven't were in Europe. I don't remember, but I know that she lives in Europe now with her sister. So Sarah, holy shit! A lot of your Darcy guys. Yeah, a lot of the Darcy guys I went to school with in my class are pretty successful people, man. A lot of them own businesses. A lot of them work for the government. They're making like 50, 60, 70K a year. You know what I'm saying? They're all doing pretty good, but none of them are going to be me. That's my point. None of those men are going to be me. Does. 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 I'm wandering off. I have any other stories. I don't know. I don't really know much about the other people who I knew at Darcy. Oh yeah, there was one guy who went to Darcy. I don't remember him, but he's my next door neighbor. Like he's literally my next door neighbor. He lives like right next to the place where I live. He's a big dude, obviously. He works for that guy who's not a bad friend of mine who has that mechanic business. He's the administrative person. He works there. He's my neighbor. Yeah, he comes by here sometimes. He's married too. He has a kid. And I remember he told my step parents, "Yeah, I know Ivan." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't remember this guy. I don't remember him, but he remembers me, obviously." "Yeah, I went to Darcy with Ivan. I don't remember you, man. But he's my neighbor. He works for that guy who owns a mechanic business. It's a really successful mechanic business in Elmer. Yeah, he works for that guy. He's the administrative guy, obviously. He works there." Sarah? He's the administrative guy. He works there. He works there. Holy shit, Ivan, you have a lot of crazy stories. Yeah. Oh, There's one guy who was he was a not bad friend of mine in grade six. Obviously, he also had rich grandparents too. His grandparents were rich, obviously. I remember in grade six, I saw Days After Tomorrow with him, and I saw Shrek 2 with him on theaters. I remember that. And what? Yeah, he knows who he is, obviously. He had the rich grandparents, obviously. He now works for what? The school board. The school board in Quebec, obviously. So he's the boss of all the principals who work on all the what? All the English schools in Quebec, obviously. He's the boss over all those guys. He works for the school board. He got a job, he works for the school board, obviously. And because he works for the school board, he's probably making like 60, 70, 80K a year. He's making good money. See how I'm saying a lot of these RC guys are pretty successful people? Yeah, he now works for the school board, obviously. Yeah. He was not really a friend of mine, but in grade six, me and him hung out quite a bit. Yeah, obviously. Samsara? Yeah, and that's all the people I can think of in Darcy who I know what they're doing. I don't know what the other guys are doing. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, the one chick who that guy who owns the club, obviously, who we liked in grade nine, who kept rejecting him, obviously, she now has a kid. She has like a 14. She got it. She hooked up with this mulatto guy. He was funny. He's a really funny guy. Obviously, they hooked up, and she got pregnant. This is back in '09. So they got a kid. She got a kid when she was young. When she was like 18 years old, she got pregnant, and now she has like a 14, 15-year-old kid. She has a kid now, obviously, with someone with that mulatto guy. The mulatto guy, I knew him. He was a funny dude. He was a really, really funny guy, man. He was funny. I'm saying he knows who he is. Obviously, he's a funny guy. And I remember I met him on the bus. You know, I'm like, hey, you still with that chick? He's like, nah, man. He's like, we hate each other, man. She's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? The blonde chick who the that guy, my so-called what friend liked. He's like, yeah, she's a bitch. Yeah, she got pregnant, man. She has a kid now with some mulatto guy, and her kid's like 15 years old now, man. She's like 32. She's a year older than me. She's 32. Her kid's like 15 years old now. Her kid's like a grade 9 kid, man. And cause she got the kid when she was really young, obviously. And that mulatto guy was a year older than me. He's 32 now, too. And he has a 50-year-old daughter with her. I don't know what they're doing, but I know she has a kid. She got pregnant like when she was really young. Holy shit, I'm a crazy story. Yeah, she got pregnant when she was young, obviously. Unfortunately, kind of here, I have more crazy stories to tell you. In grade six, at the end of grade six, everyone, everyone at school, obviously, all the grade six students, um, they what? I remember in grade six, we all had to we all had to perform some kind of show, talent show, some kind of talent show for what in front of the class, and it was me, my so-called best friend, and this other guy who what who was pretty rich. He was adopted, obviously, and that guy who had the rich grandparents, who's now works for the school board. We ended up doing a rap. We ended up doing a rap, obviously. And back then, I wasn't great with lyrics, so I had my older stepbrother write the lyrics for me, obviously. And he wrote the chorus. And it was a sick song, too. He wrote the chorus and he wrote the lyrics for me. And then my so called best friend, his brother, wrote the lyrics for him, obviously. And we ended up doing this rap and we performed at the end of the school year in grade 6. You guys remember that? I remember that, Ivan. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And the rap was so good that guy who was adopted, obviously, his mother was interested in what in what in even though that she knew the doors were locked on me, it was so good that I ended up going to recording studio with all the guys. Yeah, I want to put your name out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not kidding around. This happened, and we went to the recording studio and we recorded the song, and we got the CD. We all got a copy of the CD, obviously, and I remember she took us out to dinner. We had dinner. I went to her house. We went paintballing. You know what I'm saying? I remember in grade 7 she kept coming to school to Sims and she met with all of us. Me, my so-called best friend, the other guy who was adopted, obviously, that's his mother, obviously, and the other guy who had the rich grandparents who now works at school board. We met with all those guys, and she's like, yeah, I want to make you guys famous, but it didn't work out. Obviously, I know why it didn't work out because chances are my step parent said, look, man, don't stop meeting with Ivan. The doors are locked to me, obviously. That's why it didn't work out. I'm not kidding around. That happened, man. I went to my own recording studio and I recorded the song, and we actually like had an album, a 1 song album, right? Yeah, it happened, man. In grade 6, I actually had the album and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, obviously. Was it a good song? Yeah, it was a pretty good song. It was a pretty good song, man. It was pretty good, but it didn't work out though. I'm not kidding around. She literally sat us down. Yeah, I want to put. I think you guys would make a good team. I like your rap. I think we should put your name out there, put your music out there. But she knew the doors would lock me, obviously. And that woman was rich. The woman who she rented the recording studio and the guy filmed. She took us out to Lone Star. We had like these tacos. I remember that. And she had a nice fucking house, man. They were rich people, obviously. Yeah, I met a lot of rich people in my life, man. That chick, the adopted guy's mother, obviously, they were rich people. They had a big, like, nice house. Not as nice as that woman's house, obviously. She had like a nice house, but that house was nice, man. It was a nice fucking house, yeah. That happened in grade 6, man. I recorded my own album, my own song. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it didn't work out though because now I know why it didn't work out because the doors were locked on me. My stepfather probably told me, "Hey, make sure Ivan, you don't put Ivan's name out there because the doors are locked on me." Obviously, some saying, obviously, some saying. Holy shit, you got a lot of crazy stories. Yes, man. That happened in grade 6, man. In grade 6, that happened. Obviously, some saying. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, it was fair. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So I remember I'm signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you soon.